Why? Just why? Has your auto insurance premium got so expensive, and is there an end in sight? To help answer some of these questions, I'm joined by Loretta Waters, who is the Vice President of Media Relations at the Insurance Information Institute. Loretta, let's start with the why. Why have prices gone up on auto insurance, and is there any easing in sight?
Well, year over year change in vehicle premiums have happened. 2020 was, we had the pandemic, and here we saw rates going down because people weren't driving as much. But that changed drastically because more and more people became, while there were less people on the road, there were more people driving crazy. I mean, the cost of auto claims soared since the pandemic began in 2020. So that's what we're seeing. We're seeing more accidents, higher repair costs. Escalating medical bills are the primary cost drivers too. We have an increase in litigation claims that have contributed to higher auto insurance claims payouts. And then, of course, we've had U.S. auto insurers cumulatively paid out $1.12 in claims and expenses for every dollar of premium written in 2022. So those are some of the key factors here.
You also, within your key factors, you mentioned auto thefts as well. What are we seeing there? Is there any kind of delta, any change that we're seeing year over year? And what types of models can people avoid perhaps purchasing so that they don't see these auto thefts happen to them?
Yeah, auto thefts are another cost driver. Nearly 500 vehicles were reported stolen nationwide in the first half of 2023, so making that an increase of more than 2% compared to the first half of 2022. And that's according to the National Insurance Crime Bureau, who provided those statistics. New York had a 20% increase, and Illinois had a 38% increase. Ohio was the third largest with 15% year over year. And some of those factors are certainly like cars like the Kias and the Hyundais. We're seeing losses in those areas. They're still happening. We're also seeing things like airbag thefts, and catalytic converters is a big one. You see a lot of people, these catalytic converters stolen because of the metal that they have, the precious metals. So the problem is not just the catalytic converter itself and the removal, but there's often a lot of damage that goes with those cars. So we're seeing a lot of damage in that area.
Loretta, people want tips. They want to figure out what are the best way to reduce their auto bills. How can they start that right now?
Well, certainly one way of doing that is to, bundle your policies, your home and your auto, sticking with the same company, being a loyal consumer. That's a help. Shopping around for your car insurance, prices differ from company to company. So it pays to shop around. And really, if you're buying a new car, compare costs before you buy a car. Auto insurance premiums are based in part on the car's price, the cost to repair it, overall safety record, and the likelihood of theft. So many insurers offer discounts for features that reduce the risk of car theft or personal injuries, which of course is a big issue. So, when you're comparing new or used vehicles to purchase, research what the cost will be to insure it. Raise your deductible is another way. By choosing a higher deductible on your car insurance, you can significantly lower your premium costs. And of course, you want to make sure you have enough money set aside to pay the higher deductible in the event you do have to have a claim. And another one, of course, is maintaining a good credit history.
Right.
You want to establish a solid credit history, and that has many benefits, including lower insurance costs.
Loretta, just lastly,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Just lastly, while we have you, a lot of people trying to consider for their own household, for their driveway, for their garage, if an electric vehicle is right for them. And we've all heard some of the pitches as well for electric vehicles, more data that goes into them. That data can then prove if you're a safer driver or maybe not, and perhaps lower or at least alter some of the costs that you're seeing in auto insurance premiums. Are we starting to see that yet? And if so, or if not, when could we start to see that come through?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. Yeah, telematics are a big issue where a consumer can have that installed into their car, and it will gauge what you're doing, how you're driving. Are you speeding? Are you taking a curve really high? All those factors show what kind of behavior you are as a driver. So if you are willing to do that, want to take that, and a lot of people are starting to do that, they feel that is a good way to save money, and it also helps you to become a better driver.
Absolutely. Loretta Werters, who is the Vice President of Media Relations at Insurance Information Institute. Loretta, thank you so much for taking the time here today, helping people with some of these auto insurance costs out here. Pesky, thank you.